Hello, welcome back to the 𝗕𝗓𝗃 LFC channel, and welcome to Late Night Liverpool. Here we go. I want to go through this unbeaten run, this crazy, unbelievable, amazing, unbeaten run, guys, because we're the best team in the land, apparently. It's nonsense, it's fake, I'm sorry for being negative, I'm just saying what I'm seeing. And the day that stops is the day this channel stops. I'll always tell you what I'm seeing. I hope that camera's not too laggy there. If it is, just tell me. Listen, I want to go through it all. I've actually got the... there. I've got it on screen because I never really do this, but I just wanted to obviously have visuals for you today. I believe, well, where does it start? Hold on. Where does the unbeaten run start? December? Win. Bloody hell, we're going further back. Is it laggy? Why is that then? It's laggy, is it? Oh. Guys, I'll see if it fixes itself. Hopefully it just fixes. November. Win. Where's the loss there? So the first win's West Ham. 30th of November. Right. I want to kind of grade out of A to E. A to F. Or should we go 10 to 1? Let's go 10 to 1. 10 obviously being a stellar performance, a 3-0 battering, and a 1 performance being absolutely awful. Now, West Ham at home, I remember watching this, and there were some good performances in here. I think Gomez had a really good game. I'd love to know what you guys think. Please do let me know your thoughts down below. I want to kind of go through every game here and sum up where we are. I would give West Ham, just give me a rating, out of 10. 1 to 10. Give me a number. In terms of performance, sheer performance-wise, how would you say? I'm on BBC News here. BBC Sport. I thought Gomez had a good game here. I thought 𝗧𝘂 had a good game. Other than that, I don't remember too much about the game. And that probably says a lot. This isn't even one of the worst performances, right? I'll give this about a 6. A 5 or a 6. We'll say 6. 1-2-0, kept a clean sheet. How much can you read into this game, though? West Ham. Like, West Ham, these might go down. These probably will go down. And we've got to win there. Obviously, a goal in the last minute as well to make that look a bit more comfortable than it probably actually was. I think we can give a base rating of a 6, and it actually gives us a good benchmark to move off of here. I'm not sure I can make this split screen any better. That's just made it even worse. Oh my god, look at that. That's perfect. That's literally exactly what I needed. Unreal. Right, I'll give that a 6. Next, we'll go to December. And we go to Sunderland at home. Why is that lagging? I'm sorry if it is. I don't know why it's doing that. I think because I'm moving this and I've got another thing on there, that's why it's doing it. For me, the intensity we set out in this game was terrible. At home. The way we played in this game was shocking. What I might do is this, you know. I'm going to make myself 720p. Oh, why is it lagging? Can someone just say yes or no? If it just help me out a bit. No one's really replying. Just if it's bad, just say it's bad. If it's fine, just say it's fine. Cheers. Yeah, I thought this Sunderland game at home was bad, and obviously they've had a decent season, a very good season by their regards. Like, I never thought they would do what they did, and no one did. However, to play like the mic's really quiet. Hello. I'll turn it up. To play like they did, or to play like we did against the side who've just come up, I don't care they're doing well. I don't care they've had a decent season. You cannot set out with that intensity in a home game against a newly promoted side. We were passive. We were not aggressive enough. We were too timid. I would give that, honestly, I'd give that a 4. I'd give that a 4 out of 10. So there's a 6 and a 4. Right, this is the unbeaten run. This is the crazy run that everyone's talking about. Leeds away. God, this was bad. This is really bad. I mean, Szoboszlai scored that goal, obviously, to put us back in the game. But, yeah, or to win us the game. This was so bad in terms of not even individual performances, because there were a few. I mean, 𝗕𝗃𝗃 in this game were great. He scored 2 goals. One of them wasn't even a move. One of them was just nicking the ball off a defender, right? So again, it comes back down to that repeatable formula, which we don't have. it wasn't a passage of play. It wasn't a great passing move. It was a good player scoring a goal. I would give this a 3. Or would I give it a 4? I would give it a 3. Leeds away. I think people are being too nice there. I think a 5's too nice, Vincent. I agree with people saying 2. I give it a 4. 3. So we've had a 5 West Ham at home, away. A 6 West Ham away. I give Sunderland a 4, and I give Leeds a 3. It's going down, right? It's getting worse. Then interestingly, we had this. And this is, for me, probably our best performance in that unbeaten run. And we just scraped a win in the end. And actually, for me, it wasn't even a penalty, that. I don't know about you guys. Please do leave a like on the stream, by the way. Thank you very much for the support. I know it's a Sunday night. Please, leave a like. I would give it an 8 or a 9. I think an 8's fair here. I think people are right with the 8 ranking. They're a top side. They were unbeaten at home in ages in the Champions League as well. So you've got to surely consider that. I thought 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗰𝗀𝗀 played. 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗃 and 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗃 was nice. One of the first times we've really seen them two up front in that game. I thought 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗃 played really well. The first time we'd really seen him in the 10, if I remember rightly, with 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗃. Yeah, solid game. I would go... Someone said 9. And I don't mind that idea. I'm going to go 8. A high 8. But it's crazy the jump from that to that in 3 days. Just turn it on is mental. And I didn't even think Brighton at home was a terrible performance. Now, I was away for this game. It's the one game this season I've not watched fully. I've not watched the 90 minutes. I've seen the extendeds of this game. And I thought we played okay from what I saw. I was away during this game. But I would definitely give this probably a 6 or a 7. I think so. I probably couldn't go any higher. Ultimately, it's a clean sheet against a decent Brighton side. I think if we give it a 7, I think that's understandable. Maybe 6.5. Spurs, I thought that was terrible. This game for me sticks in my head as like one of the clangers in the season, and we won. And like, you know, Tottenham are a top side. They're a top 6 side. They're meant to be anyway, quality-wise, team-wise, money-wise. Like, yet they're 14th, and we scraped past them. Absolutely scraped past them. I would give that a 3. I'm deadly serious. No one's given that a 3 in here. Everyone's giving it a 4. It was such a bad performance. Like, we fell over the line in that game. They had 9 men, and they were the aggressors. They were going for the game. You'd feel like we had 9 men, given the way that game was panning out towards the end. But I thought the intensity from the first whistle were just embarrassing. I think that Romero red card at the end, and certainly the Simmons one, take away from how bad that first half an hour was. I think because the last 10 minutes was that bad, everyone talks about that because it's fresh in the mind and it's recency, right? But people forget about the first 10 minutes. We were awful. So, for me, I would give that near a 4. Maybe a 3. I'll give it a 3. I think it's a 2 before. I'll give it a 3. I think it was really poor. One of our least deserved wins, to be honest. And I would go as far as to say this. If they didn't get a man sent off, we would not have won that game. I don't believe. And this is a side who'd just been beaten by West Ham at home. Do you know what I mean? Next. Wolves at home. I mean, we won the game, but it wasn't unbelievable, was it? To concede to a Wolves side who, to be fair, haven't done too bad since that game. Yeah, not good. I'd give this about a 4 or 5. Do you know what I mean? I'd give this a 4 or 5. Wolves are a poor side. Again, we're at home here. At home. These will go down. I'll go 4. Only game for me above a 7 out of 10 was Inter Milan and probably Brighton, a 7 out of 10. Then we go to Jan. Leeds. Jesus. I mean, that was boring. That wasn't even bad. It was just boring. It was so boring. I mean, look at the numbers here. Let me see how many shots we had here. But we just peppered it. 19 shots. So what? Where's the goals? People keep telling me against Burnley we had 100 shots against Burnley. Fantastic. We drew the game. As long as you're happy with your shots. As long as you're happy. I think people have forgotten where Liverpool should be. Liverpool should not be looking at Leeds at home, Burnley at home as games to focus on and like, come on, let's get up for it. With due respect to those teams, these are the games you've got to kind of look past on the calendar and look towards your Chelsea, Man City, Arsenals every year. With due respect, they defended well, Leeds. Burnley likewise defended well. you've got to be looking past these games. But we just can't do that anymore. We've drawn to 3 sides who have come up this season. Liverpool have never ever done that, I would assume. Certainly not a title-winning Liverpool have never done that. No title-winning team ever have drawn to the 3 promoted sides or dropped points against all 3. We have. I'd give that a 4. It was so boring. Fulham, I mean, this was God, this was awful. What do you rate this one? Like, seriously, what do you rate this one? Because there's an argument for this was the worst of the lot. But then again, it was away, and it's against Fulham, who were a decent side, better side than Leeds, a better side than Burnley, and it was away. If I'm giving Leeds at home a 4, I'd struggle to give that more than a 5. More than a 4, sorry. I might go 4 again, because I think that performance there was worse than Leeds. But given it was away and against a better team, I think you could even out at a 4. Let's not forget about the standard here. What we're benchmarking this on. We're benchmarking this on an 8 or a 9 out of 10 performance against Inter Milan and a 7 out of 10 performance against Brighton. That's the expected for me. Arsenal have been doing that all season. 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10. The odd 8 there, maybe the odd 9. Apart from Nottingham Forest with Arsenal, literally yesterday, have they ever dropped below a 3 or a 4 out of 10 this year? Certainly a 4. No. I think Forest their worst game. But we've had loads. So I'd give Fulham a 4. I've zoomed in, sorry, hold on. Arsenal away. I mean, where'd you go with this? This was a good performance. I think people get in. Look at people in the chat here saying you're too spoiled and you're too negative. I will tell you when we have good games. Brighton, Inter Milan, Arsenal the home game, Arsenal the away game. Played well. First half, I thought we played better than people were saying. I thought we defended well in first half. Kept it to 0 goals. That's all I'm looking at. 0 goals. You've got to notice, right? When I'm talking about these games, I'm not talking about XG. Have I mentioned XG once in this video? We're 15 minutes in. I've not mentioned shots on target. It does not matter how many shots you have, how many XG you have. The thing that matters is 2 numbers there. And weirdly, the games I've given us, where are we here? The games I've given us are 8 out of 10, 1-0, we won, clean sheet. The game I've given us a 7 out of 10, 2-0, we won, clean sheet. Find another game with the same. Find another game that we've won, kept a clean sheet, and I've given more than a 6. I'm not just saying these things because it's not happening. These are happening in front of our eyes, right? Poor. Arsenal, we played well. We played really well. Context matters here. You've gone to the best side in the world, in my opinion. Certainly top 2. I think Bayern Munich. I mean, Barcelona, PSG as well. I do think Arsenal are favourites at Champions League. In my eyes, them and Bayern Munich. They're the best team in the league, certainly. And we've gone to their place. Don't really lose games. Don't even really concede goals anymore. And we've held them to a draw. Given the form we were on, given the performance from 4 days prior, I think it was a good game. And the second half, certainly, right? Can you do like a half split on this? You can't, but you can see the momentum there. We were by miles the better team in the second half. Oh, by miles. Granted, yeah, we played poor in the first, but we defended well. Like they defended quite well in second half. Such an even game. Such an even game. I'd give us a 7 out of 10 there. Over on the balance. Second half, we give us an 8 out of 10. But overall, 7. Barnsley at home. I mean, this is the one, come on. Are we going to actually have an honest conversation? Or are we going to just talk about what we should be believing in? What we should be saying? What the scoreline should suggest? We've beaten Barnsley 4-1 at home. I'm inclined to give it a 4. I think I'm all about looking at scorelines. And I mentioned before, the scoreline is for me what matters. And granted it is. In any other game, in a Premier League game, if you win 4-1, I don't care how you've done it, but you've won a Premier League game 4-1 against a good opposition. Any one of the 19 Premier League teams are fantastic oppositions. Maybe, I'd say any one of the 20. Anyone could beat anyone this year. They're in League One. League One. Scoreline for me, sorry. The performance was awful in that game. Not awful, I take that back. The performance was bad in that game. You've got to remember here, It took 84 minutes and for 2 players for £200 million valuation to come on against League One Barnsley. They're 19th in League One, 17th in League One. Took £200 million to come on and change the game and put that game to bed. And if you think I'm being negative, if you think I'm being spoiled, whatever people are saying, just look at it. These are happening in front of our eyes. I can show you the performances, I can show you the results, I can show you the form, I can show you the shots on target and XG. It all points to we're not playing very well. I don't care how you look at it. I would give that a 5. Against Barnsley, 5. The one from yesterday, how would you rate this? I'd give this a 5. 5. Have that. But Liverpool had 19 shots and 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗰 missed the pen and 𝗖𝗵𝗲, we got unlucky and 𝗖𝗵𝗲 and couldn't give a damn. Dominant for the full game. Dominant. 19. I swear we had 19 shots for some reason. 32 shots. 32 shots. And an XG. Come on, let's go. We've drawn with 19th in the league. I don't understand what people are saying. Just because, by the way, I give it a 5 out of 10 doesn't mean it's 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀 fault. I think people get that grade, that grey area there. I'm rating the team. This for me was more on the team than 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀, this draw. It feels like a loss, doesn't it? I do think that. I mean, let's go through them. I think we can go through them. 4-1. Who do you even blame there? I think 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀, more so than the players. I think the players more so in this game, honestly. Not bothered, that was a good game. Bit of both. Slot. Bit of both, in fact, because that game was tired. That was sluggish, mate. Really tired. And boring. Manager. Played well. Both, but more so the manager for me. In fact, both. In fact, yeah, not so much Slot in that game. I thought we were really sloppy. Sunderland at home, poor. Manager. Set us out entirely wrong at home against a new promoted side. That's what I am. I'd love to know where you guys are. So I'll give you my ratings then out of 10. Here we go. This will be good. Clip this up. Starting from the start. The unbeaten run. This 12-game amazing unbeaten run with the best team in the world starts here. We beat West Ham 2-0. 7 out of 10. 2-0, 7 out of 10. Draw with Sunderland 1-1. 5. Leeds away 3-3. 4. Inter Milan away 1-0. 9. 8 or a 9. Brighton at home 2-0. 7. That's where we should be. That's what we should be doing here. Spurs away 2-1 win. 5. 4. I think that was, out of all of them, that's the one that frustrated me the most and we won. You know what I mean? Of all the wins, that's the one I'm thinking, if they didn't get that red card, we would not have won that game. Wolves at home 2-1. I give a 5. Leeds at home, I give a Jesus, boring 5. Fulham away 4 or a 5. 7.5. 5. 5. The average is 5. If you are happy with a 5 out of 10 Liverpool side, both manager and players, the majority for me on the manager for setting this team up, these are not bad players. If you're happy with a 5, then fantastic. Call me negative, because I'm rating as a 5 out of 10. Mental, isn't it? This is the Liverpool late night stream, by the way. No, the late night Liverpool stream. That's what I've called this. Tomorrow, I will be going through my player ratings from this season. Maybe the day after. So stay tuned for that. I want to kind of do one of these different concept videos every day. So this one today was ranking all the games. The average is 5. The highest was 9. The lowest was 3. Take your median. 5.5. Take your mode. 5. Take your... What else do we do in maths in like year 10? You know what I mean? It's not good. There you go. Have that. Standard deviate that all you want. I'm going to open it up to the floor. Comments. Get involved. Here we go. Range. Correct. 9, 3, 6. 6. The mean is 5.6. Well, thank you for working that out, mate. 5.5 was a good guess, by the way. Right, I'm going to open it up to the floor. Okay, here's a question. Please get involved. If you're not already, get involved with a comment. If you've not already got involved with the comment section yet, do it now. And please do leave a like on the stream. It's entirely free. Thank you very much. Which game was our worst performance this year and why? Just a little reasoning why. I'll get your comments up on screen and I'll read it out and I'll give you my opinions on your thoughts. More in detail you can go, the better. Take your time. Take your time. Forest. I agree. I think that probably was our worst. It's certainly up there. I put it in my top 3. If we had to do a top 3 now together, that's in there. PSV, yeah, that was terrible. That was honking. Forest, this one's from 𝗕𝗵𝗲𝗰𝘀𝗀. Forest, we were horrid. Defence was on vacation. Attack had no threat. I echo that. I mean, 𝗬𝗔 Slot's not beaten Nottingham Forest, has he? Ever. No, he's never beaten Forest. Fantastic. He's also never beaten Leeds. He's never beaten... What were the Fulham scores last year? Have we beaten Fulham? 𝗬𝗔 Slot beaten Fulham. He's not, has he? He's not beaten Sunderland. Sunderland, Forest, Leeds and fucking Fulham. I mean, what are we doing here? New favourite LFC channel. Nice one, mate. Thank you very much. I think, yeah, PSV. So PSV and Forest we can put in the shortlist. This one's from 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗰𝗀𝗀𝗧𝗏 3-0 Forest. You didn't have a sniff and they could have scored more goals, yeah. The nil relegation, I agree. Tom Taylor, LFC. PSV, lack of intensity and we just got absolutely battered with a good team out. I think that's a good shout. I think they're locked into my top 3 there. Joe, the idiot investor. Forest, actually. Forest are horrendous and they ran all over us. We looked like we couldn't make a 5-yard pass. Agree. I think a lot of that... I mean, tactically we were terrible. I just thought we were sluggish. I thought it's as much the team's fault as anyone in that game. We looked slow. You know, they're a bad side, Forest. PSV, says Andre. 𝗪cie Talks LFC, one of the members on the stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. City away. That's a good shout, and no one's mentioned that yet. Was humiliating. I think you've summarised that very well. And Adam agrees there. Man City. I'm just going through the comments, guys, in order, so please do stay tuned. If I've not replied to you, I will get through them. Man City Slot got tactically outclassed. Forest was when I became Slot out. Steve, I think most people agree with that. Rio's left boot. I'd like to see that more. Forest 3-0 got embarrassed by relegation side. Frank, Spurs, Forest and Burnley. Do you reckon the Burnley game? To be fair, which one? I genuinely, I assume you mean the first one, which we scraped to win. I think that was even... Which Burnley game was worse? I mean, Jesus Christ. We nearly, apart from a penalty in the last minute, we nearly had 2 points against Burnley all season and scored 0 goals. It'd have been... scored 1 goal, sorry, if that penalty wasn't allowed. Yera got all excited for Forest after international break. Got some beers, had a nice play. Yeah. Man United. That's a good one. I think no one's really speaking about Man United. That's the first time I've heard that. I would go with City, Forest, and PSV as my 2. Albi, mate, I hope you're well. PSV because of the lack of threat and attack, especially against the UCL at Anfield. This whole Anfield thing, I think... I mean, listen, I don't go to the games, but people who do go to the games tell me and tell everyone that the atmosphere is not what it used to be. Fans aren't engaged. So, look at Man United, right? Man United played awful football for 10 years. Fans lost interest. There's only so much you can take. And Carrick comes in, plays attacking football, how it should be played at Man United. And did you hear the ground? Oh my God. Not saying we're nowhere near. It's not even a debate if Liverpool are on the trajectory of what Man United went on, or are on right now. But that started from at one point, right? The fans won't have this for long. I'm telling you now, the match-going fans will not have this for long. So well and good me sat here, I'm not an idiot, I know what I am, and I know the match-going fans won't have it. There were boos after the game. That ain't on, you know. City away, we just beat Villa and Madrid. Yeah, 100%. We played the same team, didn't we, pretty much? Not the worst, but both Leeds games were so disappointing. I agree, Tom. This one's from Azo, just loads of random consonants and vowels. Brentford 3-2. The whole system was horrid from the start, completely open from the back. Couldn't string two passes together, horrible from the players and manager. Brentford was an interesting one. I've literally forgotten about that game. Who scored for us in that game? Some of these games I just completely wipe out of my memory, honestly. James with the 5. Mate, sorry for not reading this out earlier. I'm just going through them in order. James with the 5. Thank you very much, James. Hope you're well. This run is overrated as shit. We haven't been so bad. No, we have been so bad. Sorry, I was thinking we haven't been so bad. What? Are you watching the games, James? Yes, we have been so bad. Sloppy, leaking goals, lacking intensity, and way too many draws. Worst game was PSV for you. And it was in my top 3. I agree. Thank you for the donation, James. When we play not to lose, it's the same, no matter if it's Arsenal or Burnley. That's a fair point. So many draws, and draws say, like, you're clinging on. You know what I mean? Galatasaray, yeah, that's a fair shout. We were terrible. I actually didn't expect that game as well. I didn't expect us to be that bad. I didn't expect us to lose. But even that, but like now I'm almost thinking we might lose here. Even Burnley, like, they might do us, honestly. Leeds 0-0 from Lecton. Hope you're well, mate. Completely broke away from, yeah. I think you're right there in terms of maybe not the worst, but the least like LFC we've seen. Because it was so boring. Yeah, people were turning off, and obviously if you were at the ground, like you said, you can't turn off. You paid to get in. And that's what I mean. Fans won't have it. The Matchcom fan will not take it. They were boos for a reason. Albi, PSV because of the lack of threat and attack. Yes, I read that one, sorry. I think Forest, PSV and Leeds. Should we do a top 3? I'll ask for your top 3s. PSV we just got, yes. I think all the comments are coming through twice, unless I'm being an idiot. Spurs are woeful. Totally agree with the Anfield thing. My granddad has a season ticket in the Kop, and as a random, yeah. Well, I have no idea, mate. To be honest, I think we're okay. Just about. Let's do a top 3. How long does Slot have? If we get knocked out Champions League early on, he's gone. In my opinion. Top 3, here we go, in order, I assume. Forest, PSV, and Man United. I think it's that. I think it's PSV, City, Forest. Just, 3-0. And was PSV 4-1? Was it 4? 3-0, 3-0. They have to be the answers, don't they? PSV, Forest, and City, another one there. Leeds, Forest, Spurs. Spurs, in terms of performance, I think you could argue Spurs, but we did win the game. Like, there's games we lost and got battered in. Like, City has to be in there for me. We're in dead lumber. PSV, Man City, because they're FP Smith and Forest. I think we can all agree it's PSV and City. It has to be. It has to be those 3. It just, it has to be. We let in, 10 goals in them games combined? 10? What the hell? Forest, PSV, and take your pick. I'm surprised you've not said Man City there, mate. With bad, John. Leeds. It's mental in how I've got to ask you now, which Leeds game do you mean? Do you know how mad that is? Like, did you see the tweet on Twitter? Obviously, weirdly. Not going to be Instagram, is it? It was like, Alisson makes a great save from Konate. It's like, oh my god. That, Gakpo running with one shoe on, sums us up, doesn't it? Sums our season up. If you haven't already, guys, please do check out the 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗏𝗏𝗏pod. There's a little sign there, the 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗏𝗏pod on Spotify, YouTube. We're filming tomorrow. Episode 3 has been filmed tomorrow, out on Tuesday. We've done our most overrated Premier League team of the season. It's on YouTube now. Type in 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗏𝗏. Callum's is terrible. Callum had Raya and Cucurella. Should I tell you my team now? I mean, obviously go and watch it and I'll explain why. My overrated team of the season were in goal I had Martinez, overrated as hell. Centre backs I had Romero Martinez. Left back I had 𝗕𝗿𝗀𝘀𝗀𝗀 at Brighton. Right back I had Pedro Porro, overrated as out. In midfield I actually went with 𝗵𝗂𝗂. I went with Bernardo Silva and Xavi Simons. And I went with Neto on the wing with Anthony Gordon and Gyökeres. Who I think, to be fair, Gyökeres were kind of like, I think he's overrated by the Arsenal fans who are still clinging on to him, in my opinion. I'm enjoying this stream. I think I need to do these more. By the way, this is the third stream I've done in 3 nights. Consistency, by the way. Leave a like right now. Newcastle away was not... Okay, should we do that? That's a good one. I'm going to reset the comments now. I'm just refreshing them. Which win was our worst performance? Which win was our worst performance? I mean, hold on. Let me get the BBC Sport back up. We'll go for it. I mean, my instinct there is Newcastle. It's Spurs. Actually, yes, Spurs. You're right. I love this little game we're playing here. It's very. I will accept it's very negative, but at the same time, I need something to talk about. Let me share my screen. Hold on. Wait there. Share. Yes. Here we go. Oh, I need to put this on charge. Hold on, I'm still here. George, play the game. This thing needs to fucking load. Here we go. Let me see what the comments are saying. The Burnley win. Yeah, it's definitely between Burnley, Spurs, Burnley, Tottenham, Wolves. Well, there can't be many because we've not won many games, it feels like. So let's compile the top 3. Wins, but the worst performance. I'm not picking my nose. I've got a scratch right. You know, one of them ones that's like a scratch inside. You can VAR check this. This is not a weird thing to do. There we go. Right. How far have I gone back here? Oh my god. So Bournemouth at home, that can't be in the top 3. I don't think Bournemouth at home is in the top 3, mainly just because it's the first game of the season. I mean, we scored 4 goals. That's not in my top 3. I think Newcastle's there, though. Mainly because I know it's Newcastle, they're a better team than Bournemouth on paper, and it's away. But they had 10 men. So Newcastle's in my top 3. Arsenal, we won and played well. That's not in there. That was a good win. Burnley's in there. I don't care what you say. I mean, this was so bad. A last-minute penalty. I mean, the momentum graph was good, and the shots, and yeah, shut up. I thought the Burnley's in there. Burnley, Newcastle. And I'd have Burnley number 1. And I'd have Newcastle number 2. Atletico Madrid. Obviously went 2-0 up in this game, and then we just bottled it. But we went up so early. Last minute header. Is that in there? Well, it's in there for now, so that's my number 3. Burnley. By the way, I'm doing wins, but worst performances in the wins. So I'm on Burnley, Newcastle, Atletico Madrid. Yeah. Everton at home, I don't think we played terribly. I think we played poor. Second half we played poor. First half wasn't too bad. It's not in my list though. Cup games, I'll leave out League Cup games. Oh, Palace is a good... we didn't win. Sorry, we didn't win. That first half was abhorrent. Alisson in that first half is like a momentum graph on here. This will be all... where are we there? Is this the right game? Yeah. I'd have thought that would be like all them. Alisson in that first half were mega. I'm still on Burnley, Newcastle, Atletico Madrid. Into October. Chelsea got beat. We played well against Frankfurt. Beat Got beat. My God, this was worse than I thought. That was an awful month. Jesus, October. How bad's that? November. Beat Villa. Played really well. You won't believe Villa are like second or third, and since then they literally didn't lose, did they? So that's not in my list. We played really well. Real Madrid played well again, so that's not in my list. Got beat. I mean, them back to back. Jeez, it was bad, wasn't it? International break as well, either side. Got beat. West Ham we played well. That's not in my list. If you just joined, please do leave a like, by the way. It's entirely free. I do these. I've done three streams in the last 3 nights, so reward the consistency, guys. I'm doing worst performances of wins. And I'm currently Burnley number 1 as the worst, Newcastle, then Atletico Madrid. West Ham doesn't get in there. I think that was decent. Won 2-0. I wouldn't put it in there. Have we even won any games? I mean, Inter Milan was great. That's not in there. Brighton, I thought we played well. Brighton's not in my top 3 worst. Was Spurs... In fact, yeah, it was. I'm not even going to ask you the question. Tottenham away, that win, the performance was worse than Atletico Madrid for me. Let's do a yes or no in the comments. Yes or no, was Tottenham away performance worse than Newcastle away? They had 10 men. I think maybe it was worse. I think Spurs was worse than Newcastle. People are agreeing. People are agreeing. I just don't think it was worse than Burnley. I'm on Burnley at home, Spurs away, Newcastle away. So Atletico Madrid's gone. There's my 3. Oh, this is actually getting quite tough. Wolves at home. Was that worse than Newcastle away? They had 10 men. What do you reckon? Well done. What's left? Wolves. There's not many more wins left, are there, in here? Draw. I'm not having cup games. So the only one we need to work out is, and we'll do a yes or no in a second. Don't wait there. Don't do it yet. My list is currently Burnley, Spurs, Newcastle. Yes or no? Was Wolves at home a worse performance than Newcastle away? Was it worse? Yes or no? Yes, it was worse than Newcastle. No, Newcastle was worse. Wolves had 2 points. Yeah, but Newcastle had 10 men. Okay, maybe, yeah. Okay, maybe it was worse. Okay, I will happily concede. No, there's a few no's in here, though. You had a good first half. Remind me of the game. Memory's terrible here. Oh yeah, ball cut back into Gravenberch, edge of the box. Yeah, I do remember that one. Wirtz, big goal for him. I will lock in as my answer then. And St James's Park is horrible. Fair enough. My answer, for me... Okay, let's lock in this. Was Spurs at home a worse performance than Burnley away as a win? I think people might say yes, to that. No. I mean, I'll just ask this, right? So order the games from worst performance number 1 to best performance or less bad. Burnley away, 1-0 win. Wolves at home, 2-1 win. Tottenham away, 2-1 win. Order them from worst performance to best performance. 1, 2, 3. 1 is the worst performance. At least against Burnley, we were never in danger of conceding, yeah. Burnley never showed attack. I'm interested to see what people say here. I don't know. I'm torn. Both shocking, but yeah, because of the embarrassment of doing a Mourinho versus 9 men. Spurs 1, Burnley 2, Newcastle 3. See, Newcastle weren't in my list though, mate. But James, I agree with you. You got me second guessing now whether Newcastle's worse than Spurs. Worse than Wolves, sorry. Wolves is the worst. Spurs worst. Burnley. I think we've got a top 4, haven't we? Interesting. Like, people have. I mean, no one's agreeing. There's no unanimous answer here. Very interesting. Right. Well, there's my video tonight. In short, this 12-game unbeaten run's a nonsense. Yeah, we've played well in some games. Brighton, Inter Milan, Arsenal, West Ham were okay, but overall, this is a false run. It means nothing, in my opinion. All it means is we're staying at the same level in the table. All throughout this run, we've been like between 6th and 4th. So what do I know? Leave a like on the stream. I've been live for 40 minutes. I was live last night. I was live the night before as well. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm up early in the morning filming the twouptoppod. You can't even see that. We're filming the twouptoppod tomorrow. Up early. So have a good one, guys. Thank you very much for joining. It's been an enjoyable stream. I've enjoyed it, although it's a very negative talk. Thank you for all your feedback. Thank you to James for the super chats in the stream. The €5, sorry. Really appreciate that, mate. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you for the Marseille preview. Will be out, well, Monday night. Either Monday night or Tuesday morning. Have a good one. See you soon.